Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you how to can vegetables. Um, and I'm going to explain as best I can in this video every step that you'll need to start canning vegetables. And I want to let you know that I have a whole blog post explaining every step on the blog at thedomesticwildflower.com. I'm Jenny, and I'm here to help you all get started with homemade foods and crafts. And canning vegetables is something that is actually super simple and really fun because vegetables are a great thing to have on your pantry shelf. And canning vegetables is like cooking in advance. It saves a ton of time. So the very first step in learning how to can vegetables is you have to decide if you're going to use a water bath process or a steam can process. And either will achieve the same ends. I like to say that a steam canner is kind of like a sauna and a water bath is like a hot tub, right? They both ultimately achieve a similar end. And the same is true of steam canning versus water bath canning. A water bath canning process is probably what you remember your grandma doing with the big black speckled pot. And a steam canner is a more modern, much faster method of canning, but you can use the exact same recipes and it's the same processing time, but a steam canner is just ready about 20 to 30 minutes faster than a traditional water bath. So it saves a ton of time, and they're safer because you don't have to lift this huge big pot of super hot water and lug it all over your kitchen. That's what your first step is when you're deciding how you're going to can your vegetables. You decide if you're going to use a water bath or a steam canning process. If you're really new to canning, you might want to jump into my free Canning Basics course. I just will send you a few step-by-step lessons into your inbox so that you get a really confident foundation, so you can start and just be excited about canning and not be worried about, oh, am I doing this right? You will then get your equipment. I have a free canning equipment checklist on the blog post that you can just download and print off. And the list has the equipment for both steam canning and for water bath canning. You'll notice that you have a fewer items for steam canning. But for both types of canning, most people think you need a ton of stuff, and you really don't. There's quite a few things that you would already have in your kitchen, and you can use like the pot you would boil pasta in for the canning process and for a traditional water bath instead of getting that giant black speckled pot. So again, you can download that checklist on the blog post on the Domestic Wildflower, how to can vegetables. And then once you have your equipment, the next step is to prepare the recipe. So you would cook whatever your recipe is, right? Your carrots, your pickles, your dilly beans, your tomato sauce, whatever it is that you're cooking, you'll prepare your recipe. And then while it's cooking, you'll prepare your hot water bath process or your steam canner. And then the idea is that you put the cooked food into one jar at a time and then put it onto the steam canner rack or into the water bath processing pot. I always say that I would rather can every single day for a month than cook one Thanksgiving dinner. It's way, way more simple than that. So you'll put the cooked food into the jar, put the lid on, and submerge it in the hot tub, in the hot water bath, or put it on the rack of the steam canner, the sauna. And then you'll bring the water in the water bath up to boil, or you'll put the lid on the steam canner and turn it up to medium-high until the dial is at green, which means go, and then you'll start your time that's indicated on your recipe. Different recipes have a different length of time that they process. Some are 10 minutes, some are 20 minutes, some are 25, some are a little bit longer. But that's how you can vegetables. It's pretty simple. And in the blog post, I have several free resources that you can print off and complete detailed directions on how to use a steam canner and how to use the water bath canner for canning.